You can just find a seat. It's good to see everyone here again. Nice turnout. Man, I'm excited a little bit. This is a couple things have happened over the last month since we started this. I'm driving around to the job sites and I'm talking to, I was talking to Dean the other day. Dean was telling me how he had 2 cholerics on a crew and he was trying to figure out how to get them to get along. And he understands now that he can't go head on with them, but he has to actually give them some input into the decision-making process. How's that working out, Dean? Good. It's working out, right? Vinny and Laura all the time in the office now talking about who's more melancholy than the other, right? We got a new language, a new way of thinking. The information that we're bringing is being used, and that's the exciting part about it. We got Dean and Hussein taking control over the job sites completely now. Dean's pretty much running Clearview single-handedly outside. Great job, Dean. You really, I'm proud of you because you stepped up a lot. The same thing with the inspections. You're handling the inspections. Anthony's handling inspections. This is just based on the first couple of seminars. We went over this stuff. The guys are getting it. Hussein did a phenomenal job. I just want to single you out because that job at 145 4th Avenue was the most technically challenging job we have ever done, and you handled it professionally without hardly any input from us. All right, we laid out the parameters, and you just executed. I'm really proud of what you guys did there. It was an amazing, and it's not just you, it's testament to the whole crew. Mark Singh, he seems to be stepping up. He found a problem the other day on a job where he was able to, something he wasn't prepared for. He saw it as a problem. He took the initiative. He went out, he bought the materials on 2750 Johnson Avenue. It was an extra fitting that we didn't allow for him. He took charge of it. He didn't just leave it because he didn't have the materials. He took it upon himself to do it. I have Fabian doing the same thing. Fabian was working the other day. He took charge of that job on East 88th Street, 360 East 88th Street. You understood what we needed. You took control of the specs. You went over the site. You grabbed the material list, taking control. That's exactly what we need. We have Orain Walker stepping up. He wants to be the next foreman. He's stepping up. He's really trying hard to do it. Dean's helping training him. I'm really proud. I really am. It's so great to see. And I just have a question: is who's next? We have a couple other guys that are sticking their heads up, saying, hey, what's going on here? What about me? That's exactly why we're doing this, because we want to know who you are. And you have to identify yourself to us by taking initiative, by taking the responsibility, and by helping us help us all be better. There's one little thing. The guys doing the finish work at the end of the project, you're the last defense. Whoever it is, whatever crew, whatever member, it doesn't have to be a foreman. If you happen to be in there painting the job, doing the details and labeling it, if you see something that's not correct, that's not to the Abilene standard, either fix it, take the initiative, fix it, call Vinny, say, hey, I found this problem, I took care of it, you're good. Or if you can't take care of it, let us know. Because at that point, we're going to the owner and saying, hey, we're finished with this project, we need to get paid. And we want that to be the best it can be. So it doesn't matter where you stand in this organization. If you see a problem on one of these sites, you need to either correct it or bring it to our attention so it doesn't get left out. We want to give them the best possible product that we possibly can. It's a big part of what we're doing here. All right, that was just some of my quick notes that I had when I was meditating in the car for a few minutes. I'm going to get started now. It's a few minutes here, and this information, The Secrets of Successful People, came right out of this book. I was talking to you guys about it, The Magic of Thinking Big. There's also excerpts in your handouts that goes into this in a little more detail, but I'd like to just go over a couple of points that really seem to stand out. The first thing I want to do is talk about, I did something funny. I was in the office the other day, and I was trying to find something inspirational, again, because that's what I do, to bring to you guys. And I was reading this poem from If by, I forgot his name, Kenyon Rippert. I'll get his name back. The name of the poem was If. And I said, all right, I'm going to memorize this and say, and I said, you know what? No, let me do something myself. So I took a crack at writing my own poem. So don't laugh. It's a little cheesy, but I just want to give it to you because it actually ties into what we're doing and the thing you need at the beginning to get started in any great endeavor. It's called Why. If you know your why, you can fly. If you know your why, your dreams will never die. Why will help you win in life? Why do you want it? How do you become it? What do you do to get it? When do you get started? Is there still time? I don't know. Did you find your why? If you can define it, dream it, and do it, you need a why. Your why will lead the way. Do you see yourself clearly? If not, you'll pay dearly. I found my why. Look, Ma, I can fly. My dreams will not die. That's it. That was my attempt at a poem. It was my first one. I hope it was okay. Thank you. My daughter calls me Barney. You know, the big purple dinosaur that walks around saying, I love you, you love me. That's my daughter. She makes fun of me all the time, but I don't care. It's going to work. I know it is. All right, so let's get into define your dream, okay? This is the first thing you have to do, and that's why I wrote that poem. Because, what's that? It's a bet, okay, you never know. You know, I wrote it, so I should get some royalties on that. Define your dream, okay? So we're going to define our dream first. So you have to know what that is. What is it that you want to accomplish? For the guys in the field, maybe you want to be, you're a junior pipe fitter, you want to get up to a pipe fitter. That'll help you increase your salary, increase your standing. For an electrician that wants to be a foreman, all right, you define that as a goal. But really, a goal without a deadline or a dream without a deadline is nothing more than a wish. It's never going to happen. So you have to really write it down. You have to put a date on it. Say, I want to be a foreman in 18 months. Or I want to be a mechanic in 18 months. That goal, you write it down, you keep it in front of you, put a date on it. And that really puts positive pressure on you to go forward and to do the things necessary to get to that, because it'll be more clearly, all right? How many of you, when you're going on vacation, right? The vacation is a deadline. You got a flight to catch. You got all the stuff going on during the week. You got to get all your stuff together. You got to put everything in order. You got to get someone to take care of the dog. You got to pack your bags. There's so many things that have to get done. Most of the times we wait till the last minute, but it gets done. We have a deadline. Use that same theory in any kind of goal. That deadline will push you towards getting it. The next thing is believe. You have to really believe you can succeed. If you have true belief in anything you set your mind to do, your mind will find a way. But it first starts with a solid, true belief that you could do it. Dean, you want to be a project manager? Yes. Yes, okay. You believe you could do it, right? When do you want to do it by? Okay. Set a date. Give me a date. And you never know, it might happen sooner. Okay? My point is, you believe it. You know you could do it. You know you're going to get it, right? It's going to happen for you. And all of a sudden, once you believe, the doors open up for you. It's like things happen, it seems like almost by magic that you find a way to get things done. It's just so hard to explain, but it really happens. It happens to me all the time, all right? Your attitude, you'll change. The people around you will notice a difference, okay? They may think you lost your mind, but you're walking around with confidence and belief. I'm going somewhere, I'm getting it done. This is, people see that. They want to be attracted to people like that. I choose to see people, not as they are right now, but as with their potential, to their fullest potential. That's how I like to look at people. You know, not that as you are is bad, but I see greatness in everyone, and I choose to look like that, and that's really it rubs off. Belief in success is the basic, absolute, essential ingredient to successful people. You have to believe that you can do it. Here's another thing, and this is right out of the book. Excuses. Successful people don't make excuses, okay? We eliminate the debilitating disease, excusitis. It's chapter 2 in here, and it's in your excerpts. By the way, if you haven't read this book yet, the first 3 chapters will absolutely destroy your mind. It will change your life, okay? Just the first 3 chapters. And if you get through the first 3 chapters, you're going to want to read the rest. But take these first 3 chapters, rip them out, wherever you read, spend some time, because this is magic, okay? It's inspirational, and it will help move you on. It gives you hard facts as to what you need to do to get going. But we eliminate the successful people. We're eliminating I didn't want to say it. The disease called excusitis. We accept responsibility for our standing in life. We'll not let life circumstances get in the way of a successful life. Everyone has circumstances. We all have stuff going on. We all have kids pulling at us. We have grandfathers in the hospital. We have to do stuff, you know. But you know what? What's more important than having a successful career and a life for your family? All right? Yes, you have to take care of your family. I'm a family guy. You all know that, okay? But there's time and a place. You have to put a time aside to study and learn and grow. All right, and don't make excuses for it, because most failures make excuses for not getting things done. Okay, you're never going to be successful if you do that. Fear, that's the next one. Okay, successful people build confidence by overcoming their fears. Fear is real. We have to acknowledge it before we can conquer it. Some people say it's only in your mind. And they presume that fear doesn't exist. That's you know what, that's hogwash. It does. It's real. We all feel it. We have it. It's in us. Fear is the absolute enemy of success. Okay? Fear, uncertainty, lack of confidence explains why millions of people accomplish very little and enjoy very little progress in their lives. Well, how do we overcome fear? There's a problem. We all know that fear exists. One of my biggest fears is public speaking. It still pops up on me every now and again. You'll see. I mean, it happens, all right? How do we overcome it? There's only one way: action. You have to face that fear head on, okay? And there's a problem. We don't get the bravery to face that fear before we actually face it. It just doesn't work like that. You have to actually be uncomfortable, go after it, find out a way to get through that problem, face the fear, do it, have success, do it again, have more success, do it again, and you'll have more success. And all of a sudden the fear goes away. The worst thing you could do for fear is to avoid it, to be afraid to get up and stand to speak in public. When I first did it, I was stumbling and bumbling. I told people, I'm really afraid. You know what? And that actually helped, because people can respect it, because it's not something that's easy to do. And I'm just talking about that one fear of speaking, but there are plenty of other fears that you could attack it the same way. But action, you have to take action against it. What are you afraid of? What action you're going to overtake to overcome it? You have to take some action. Successful people are not afraid of failing. They turn defeat into victory. As a matter of fact, successful people know that failure is a prerequisite to victory. If you don't take risks, if you don't try new things, if you don't push ahead and fail and then get up and then learn from that mistake, file in your cabinet, okay, I'm not doing that, you're never going to succeed. If you're afraid to do it and that's holding you back, you're never going to succeed. You have to keep going. They understand what not to do the next time after they feel that they fail. But you know what's important that I find too? A lot of times we make a mistake and we beat ourselves up. And we keep reliving that failure over and over again. and we get more depressed and we think about it, and it harbors in our mind, and it becomes like this big black cloud over your shoulder. You know what I find you got to do is forgive yourself. It's okay. You made a mistake. Whatever it is, forgive yourself. Learn the lesson and move on. But you have to forgive yourself, because if you can't, that fear, I mean, that leads to guilt, and guilt leads to depression and all other host of other things. You have to let it go. Failures actually help you succeed, all right? And know that, and don't be afraid to fail. Talking about failure, is I knew going into this education series, we were going to have minor failures as we go. I mean, a few things technically that we've done. We set up the camera up against the screen the last time, and we couldn't even see me. But I knew going in we're going to make mistakes, because we haven't done this before. And we're learning every time. We're getting a little better and a little better and a little better. That's how you get success. Thomas Edison, his engineers were so frustrated. They were working on a light bulb for years and years, and they kept failing. They kept failing. And one time, one of his engineers was so dejected, he almost quit. And he says, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, we didn't have any success with that." He says, "Yeah, but we know what not to do next. We absolutely learned something. We didn't waste our time." It's important you go through failures, okay? But you have to learn the lesson for success. Does anybody have any questions regarding what I just went over? Anybody have any comments they want to? Just, by the way, just so you guys understand, I brought some of my personal books and I put them on a table in the back. I want to try to get you guys into you putting some good information in your hand. Feel free to take it. Just give me a note that you took it, so I know. I just want it back when you're done. All right, use it, and then we'll talk about it. But I want to know that the information is here. All right, we're trying to help you get better. All right, for right now, I think what we're going to do is bring up Vinny. All right, thank you, guys.